Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start our money lesson. So, first we're going to start out very, very basic. We have our smallest coin, most common coin anyway, is the penny. The penny is 1 cent. The penny is 1 cent. And if you have 5 pennies, and I'll flip a couple over on the back so you'll be able to see the back. You'll also know that the penny is a different color than all the other coins that are common. So if I have 5 of these, they're each worth 1 cent. And if I have 5 of these, then it equals 1 nickel. This is a nickel. And a nickel is worth 5 cents. 5 cents. If you have 2 nickels, there's the back of the nickel. He's bigger than the penny, and bigger than the dime, but not as big as the quarter. So you're going to have 5 cents. If you have 2 nickels, then you have 1 dime, because the next one is a dime, and it's worth 10 cents. 10 cents. Now, however, you can't get to a quarter by using only one type of coin. So if we have 2 dimes, those are 10 cents, and we have 1 nickel, which we know is 5 cents, then we have 25 cents, which equals 1 quarter. 1 quarter is 25 cents. Now, the back of the quarter has a bird on it, so you can notice that. Also, let's flip a dime over so you can see the back of the dime. So you can see the back of the dime, so they look different. The largest coin we have, that is the most common, there are other coins besides this, but these are the most common that we use, is the quarter. And then we have the next size down is the nickel, but it's not the next size in amount. The next size in the amount is the dime, and he's smaller than the nickel. He's actually smaller than the penny as well. If you put him on top of the penny, you can still see some of the brown around the dime. So the penny is a little bit larger than the dime. So the dime is the smallest, but yet it's 10 cents. So these are the different amounts that we can have. Now, if we know, because we've already talked about, if we have 5 pennies, it equals 1 nickel. Well, to equal $1, we have to have 100 pennies. So if we have $1, that's the dollar sign, and that equals 100 cents. Oh, and I do have a fake dollar. There's the fake dollar. It's got George Washington on it, the first president of the United States. So, 100 of these. Now, these are worth 5. So we'd have to count to 5 till we got to 100 cents. So, if we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and I'm going to run out of room, but I'm at 50 cents right now, and I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So using our math problem sense, if this is 50 cents, and it takes 10 to get to 50 cents, and we need 100 cents, we can double our 10, so we would need 20 nickels, 20 to get to 100, to make $1. Okay? Now, if we take this away, how many dimes would we need to get to $1? Well, if we count them, let me move this paper. If we count them, then we're going to see that we need 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So that's 100 cents, which equals $1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 dimes. So let's think about a math problem. You know I love math. Alright, so let's take, let's use my name for example, Bridget has 9 nickels, and I'm going to put a comma there because I'm getting ready to list someone else's name. Let's say Griffin has 3 quarters, and Sydney has 7 dimes. Now, don't have a question yet, but you just know how much we've got. How many cents do they each have? And there's another question. Who has the most? Question mark. Now this is the time that I'll pause the video, or if you're watching, you need to pause and think about your math. So, if I was working this out, I would first say, well, common sense says that I have 3 people. So I have Bridget, I have Griffin, and I have Sydney. So I need to say, well, Bridget, Griffin, Sydney. Right now I'm just organizing my thoughts. Alright, so how many cents do each one of them have? Well, if we're just starting, because this is lesson 1, we're going to count. And so Bridget has 9 nickels. So 1 nickel, 2 nickels, 3 nickels, 4 nickels, 5 nickels, 6 nickels, 7, 8, 9. 9 nickels. Okay, that's how many Bridget has. And Griffin has 3 quarters. So I'm going to lay 3 quarters down. And Sydney has 7 dimes. So I'm going to count out 7 dimes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 dimes. Now, I've got all my information there. But the question asks me, how many cents does each have? So now I've got to count. So I've got to use my money skills. And I know a nickel is worth 5. So I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I know Bridget has 45 cents. Then I'm going to count Griffin. Alright, so this is 25, this is 25, and this is 25. Now there's different ways that we could do this, depending on your strategy and how you work. Okay, so I'm going to spread my quarters out just a little bit because I'm going to show you something. So I can draw a circle, and I'm going to pretend that each one of these are my quarters. 3 quarters. I'm going to move them down here. Okay, and inside my quarters I'm going to write 25s. Now, some of you may struggle with going 25 plus 25 is 50, and then 50 plus 25 more is 75. So if you do, this is a strategy you can use. There's 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Now I can count by fives because this is a skill I have. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So I know Griffin has 75 cents. So that's my skill. And what I've heard from a very wise person told me to draw the hair on George Washington. So that's the reason he gets 5 strands of hair, because he has 25 cents. Now Sydney's. We've got tens, and we're good at counting by tens. So we can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So that means Sydney has 75 cents. Now, so how many cents do they each have? I've answered that. Bridget has 45. Griffin has 75. Sydney has 75. Uh-oh. Who? Uh-oh. The SAGraph miscounted. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And I wrote 75. So that needs to be changed. I'm glad that didn't make my sense. And it didn't make my sense because I knew Sydney only had dimes. So therefore, she couldn't have had 5 in her cents place because I counted by tens. And if I count by tens, I'm not going to have a 5 there if I start with 10. So, 75, 70, and 45. Who has the most? Miss Griffin has the most, so I'm going to answer with a sentence. Griffin has the most cents. Period. Because she does. 75 is more than 70 or 45. So, that's one way. The next time we're going to mix money to be able to count. But first I got a brain teaser. So let's think about this. Move this sheet of paper. So let's say that Carson has let's say he has 50 cents, okay, in his pocket. He has all the same coins. Period. So what coins could he have? And how many of those coins does he have? So this is the time you're going to pause the movie, or pause the video, or the SAGraph's going to pause it for you all to do. So hopefully when you went to solve this equation, I'm going to change my marker, we're going to use some good common sense. So pulling out of our word problem, Carson has 50 cents in his pocket. He has all the same coins. What coins and how many of that coin does he have? So if I'm thinking through this, it has to be the same coin. And so I'm going to have to figure out what totals up to 50 cents. Well, I know these are a penny a piece, so they're just one a piece. So if I have 50 pennies, then I'm going to have 50 cents. And they're all pennies, so therefore I would have 50 cents. But I sure hope you didn't stop at one answer, because let's think about our dimes. So let's go with 50 cents again, and let's think about our dimes. Can I get to 50 with my dimes? Well, let's try it out. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Did I use all the same coins? I did. And did I get to 50? I did. So how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 dimes. So 5 dimes equals 50 cents too, doesn't it? Now we didn't count all of them up to 50 pennies because I didn't want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all the way there. But let's think about, since we found 2 ways. We found 2 ways. I just wonder if the brain teaser would have more ways. And you've been in my class long enough that you should be thinking like that. So let's go with another coin. Let's do 50 cents and let's go with nickels. So let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Oh, nope, messed up. Count by 10s, should be count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Did I get to 50? I did. How many do I have? Well, look, Miss Haycraft made an array. So I know they're in groups of 2, so I can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Or if I need to, I could count them all by ones. So I know it's going to take 10 nickels. Interesting. So far I've got pennies, dimes, and nickels. The last one that I need is quarters. So let's see if the quarters would work. So we're trying for 50 cents. We're going for quarters. So that's 25, and that's 25. And remember our strategy. If we needed a strategy to be able to do it, I could draw 2 circles and put 25 in each one and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then 25 in this one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can count 5, 10, nope, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And that's only if you know that you don't know 25 plus 25 is 50. So that means 2 quarters also equal 50 cents. So therefore, our brain teaser has all of these answers. And if you didn't get them all, Miss Haycraft got you again.